Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to achieve your first million in sales? And we continue with this podcast series to guide you and help you guys, give you the blueprints for successful entrepreneurs, audacious entrepreneurs that have been through hard times sometimes and breakthrough and build a successful business. Today we have a guest. His name is Adam. He's based in US. Yeah, we have a lot of people in the podcast from US, few people from United Kingdom. It doesn't matter. So Adam, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, Harry. Great to be here today. I appreciate you having me on as a guest. I'm Adam Zuckerman. I'm the founder of a company called Buried in Work that simplifies estate planning and end-of-life tasks. So happy to chat about how I got to where I am today and glad to be here.
That's fantastic. So what that means about this company, what is it? It's a productivity tool?
Yeah, it's a product that helps people understand and organize their information prior to passing away. The reality is that in the United States, when someone passes away, on average, it takes 570 hours to administer that estate. And I don't know about you, Harry, but 570 hours is a lot of time that most people don't have. So we have resources and information and games to help people learn about how to do it themselves. And then we have premium products for individuals that need a bit of a guiding, holding hand that can walk them through that process far more effectively.
It's actually a lot of work, right?
Yeah, unbelievable amounts of work.
Yeah, including the digital blueprint. I read an article the other day that, when people pass away, right, you have a digital blueprint, and this also needs to be managed somehow. I think depending on how the family decides. Some people decide to keep the accounts active. Some people decide to shut it down. So you guys can help people with that also?
Yeah, so the way that people have to handle the estates is very different today than what it was 10, 20, 30 years ago. 30 years ago, if someone passed away, the attorney would say, if you need to find out what accounts they have, just watch the mail, because if a bill is unpaid, you'll get a notice. If you have a renewal, something will show up in the mail. But today, we have so many different accounts online, whether it be your Facebook, your LinkedIn, the photos on your phone. And that digital blueprint or that digital legacy is something that everybody has to handle. We have resources in our estate preparation package that help you understand where all of your accounts are. We have tools and resources on the website that has a list of companies. So if somebody passes away and you have to contact a specific company to shut down an account, it tells you how. But there's a lot more than that when it comes to digital legacy. There's actually now designations in certain platforms. So if something were to happen to me, I want this person to have access to my files. So it's a very complicated process now, and we hope to be able to help people make that.
Difficult. Imagine, in some photo or video that have sentimental value for the family or relative. If this go delete or disappear, would be a big trouble, right?
Yeah, it's very emotional. And
the
reality is that our digital persona is now something that is important and is a personal item for people. If you leave your phone at home and you walk out the door, you go back for it most likely because it is part of you in many ways. And all of your photos, all of those memories, that literally is a digital extension of your real in-life persona. So it's very important that your family, your friends, your heirs have instructions on what to do with it. So not only your wishes are honored, but that they are not confused and wondering what would this individual have wanted had I had the opportunity to speak with them.
Yeah, Adam, your services are only United States or is worldwide?
Yeah, the vast majority of what we're doing is focused on the United States, and that's because there are very specific legal restrictions and requirements. However, if you look at our estate preparation package or one of our checklists that says this is the steps and the information that you need to gather to get your estate organized, that is very applicable to any country in the world. Find your bank accounts, find your information, write down where your will is, who have you spoken to, who needs to be contacted, what do you want to have happen when you pass away. So you can come to the website and you can learn a lot. Just be mindful that if you live in Romania, if you live in the United Kingdom, if you live in Canada, anywhere else in the world, that if there are legal items that come into play, for example, what makes a will, a last will and testament legal, you're checking with the local regulations to make sure that you're doing things the way that you should.
Mm-hmm. And then, for example, but it's all about preparation, right? And this is documentation. In your expert opinion, how much money people can save if they actually prepare in advance? If they take this legal package at the beginning and they prepare and they have all the paperwork, so when something happens, they are prepared and this is becoming a smooth process, rather than do what 90% of the people do, which is when somebody passes away, this is when they want to take care of everything.
Yeah, that's a great question. And the only way that I can answer it to say is that you're unique just like everybody else. Your estate is going to be different from somebody else's estate. Mm-hmm. So you can save a lot of money because maybe there's a mistake in your estate planning. Maybe your family will fight over what your assets are. You can save money by organizing. So if you engage an attorney, they have better access to the information that they need to help you prepare appropriately. There's a lot of tax implications when it comes to end of life planning. But it's not just the dollars that you save. It's the stress that your family avoids. It's the peace of mind that you gain by knowing that you are taken care of. And most importantly, it's knowing that your wishes will be honored, because estate planning is not just what happens after you die, but it's also what if you get sick and you're incapacitated? So how do I want my family to advocate for me in the event that I'm in a hospital or in a nursing home?
And the issue also is that, when the person is alive, right? Mm-hmm. If things need to be taken care properly, because the person is alive, everything can be sorted out, right? I know people that haven't done the right paperwork, and then what happened is that because the person passed away, now they cannot, they don't have access to the inheritance and to the things. One friend of mine, he got $800,000 that she will never get because of technicality. Her dad passed away and the signature is not there, and there is nothing that we can do, and apparently the government will take the $800,000.
Oh, that's horrible.
There's no way that she can exactly what you're sharing with us, right? She was not prepared. Nothing was done in advance, and now that passed away, and then there are 3 children. Inheritance split in 3. $800,000 for every children. One goes dead, the other goes dead. But it couldn't be released, and it's stuck and very unlikely to be solved.
That breaks my heart. Painful, right? And it's terrible. And that's exactly the point that Buried in Work is trying to make everybody understand, is that don't leave things to chance. Plan and get organized in advance, because the last thing you want to do is try and piece all of the puzzle together at the last moment in times of stress. Be organized now, you'll thank yourself later. And the tagline that one of our customers says is, leave your heirs the gift of organization. And that is exactly what you should do.
Can you imagine this one that is almost $1 million and all the life work for her dad that actually give it to her, and she will be able to grab a penny out of this?
Unbelievable. Amazing. I can't believe it.
Very, 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 very painful. And, it's not, like you said, it's not only the money, is the sentiment attached to it, right?
Yeah.
Because the dad give her this money, and because he wants her to be fine, right? And she was thinking to buy a castle here in Scotland, and to buy a helicopter, and to do workshops, and to do training, and to do a lot of things. And now this is gone. It's gone, and there is no way that this thing can be retrieved. So, Adam, let's share about your life as an entrepreneur. Why you decide to become an entrepreneur?
Yeah, for me, I have a somewhat unique background. I've worked in very big companies like Anheuser-Busch. I've worked in big companies like Discovery Channel's parent company as the entrepreneur for the company, traveling around the world, teaching
Wow.
people about the future of technology, investing in startups, a whole host of things. I've worked in finance at a hedge fund. I'm an attorney. And my father passed away. And quite frankly, the reality was that my family was caught by surprise. And I was so meticulous in going through the details of what we had to do to settle his estate that I realized that I needed to take what I had learned and share it with other people so their lives were a little bit easier. I
Wow,
wasn't expecting
fantastic.
to found, yeah. I wasn't expecting to found Buried in Work, but when we launched the website to share some of the information that I learned, we had more than 10,000 visits to the webpage in just a few days.
Wow.
And from there, sky's the limit. We are
It's
working
good.
with,
Yeah. It's good when
yeah,
the
it's very
business
good.
actually start from the problem that the entrepreneur have in itself, right?
Exactly right. So I found a problem that I went through. I realized that my background and my expertise was able to work with other people to bring a product to the market to help many people. And at first, we weren't expecting to turn it into a company. It was supposed to be a repository of information just to help other people.
Helping
And
people, right?
yep. And based on the feedback that we got of this is amazing, how can we actually hire you to help us? That's when we started creating all of these different products to really help as many people as possible.
Yeah. And like I think that people we have to understand what is the value, because is could be a financial, could be digital assets, could be some sentimental photos that could be
Mhm.
in any of the social media accounts. And I think that the preparation, I don't know, here in United Kingdom is also expensive. Yeah, it's not like to the point that my mother-in-law has an insurance. Yeah, every
Yeah.
time that I talk to her, she would tell me the same thing. She tell me, "Harry, if I die, don't worry, I have an insurance. Go take the money. It's around £30,000, and take this money to to take care of everything." Yeah, that's the only thing that she's always telling me. She's like so worried that
But
she paying an insurance just specific for that, and every time she speak with me, I don't speak with her so often, but this is the only thing that she always telling me. You say, when I
yeah.
die, you don't worry, go there is 30K for you guys to sort it out.
But that's such a small piece of it. And she's right.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's good that she's taken steps to make your life easier after she passes. But saying that you have $30,000, even $100,000 to wind up my estate, to plan my funeral, it doesn't answer the questions of what does she want to have happen at the funeral? What happens to her if she gets sick? What happens if she has pets? If she looks after dependents like children or someone else, what happens there?
We have
There's so
house.
many. Yeah, exactly. So what we've done is we've created these products to help people answer all of these questions that they might not even believe or know to answer. So when the time comes, their families have the information they need to step in and actually manage their affairs. You still have to pay bills. You still have taxes that need to be filed. You have to plan the funeral. You have to do all of these different things, and it's very overwhelming. It is horrible to learn at the time when you need to know
Yeah,
it. So
exactly.
it's
At the time that you need peace, and you have to cope with a lot of information, right?
yeah. So learn beforehand, take the time, establish that the people who need to be contacted know that they're going to be contacted, and everybody wins. You save money, it makes it more efficient, there is less stress, families argue less, your wishes are carried out. It's just a better process for everybody.
And the most important is something have to be fixed, can be fixed. If the
Exactly.
person is alive.
Exactly.
After the person passes away, it's a big problem to fix things.
Yep.
Huge.
We even created a
I heard
game.
stories that people are telling me that they're crazy, yeah?
Yeah, we even created a game. It's called One More Story. It's a card game. And my
Wow.
father was in the hospital, and my family, myself, and him were sitting around in his hospital room, and we were tell us one more story about when you were a kid. Tell us one more story about grandpa. Tell us one more story about
Really?
this. And we were asking all these questions because it was very apparent that if he passed away soon, we would lose that opportunity to chat with him forever.
The
So
stories and the
we took
legacy,
types-
right?
Yep, exactly. So we created this card game called One More Story. You can come to the website and get it if you want. And it has 126 questions that you can use to connect with the people before they pass away. So loved ones, family members,
Wow,
people
that's
who use it on
brilliant.
dates. So
It's
there's a
fantastic.
lot of things that when people think about estate planning, it's really boring, it's scary, it's overwhelming. Come to the website. We've got things that make it a little bit more attractive and engaging, and I don't want to say fun, but quite frankly, more fun than
Yeah, to organize the exactly to
yeah,
and organize all this information, which is a lot and coming from different ways, right?
yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Okay. So then, you this sometimes, like we always said, we become an entrepreneur by accident.
Hmm.
We start to just put, you like you did, you put a website, you try to help people. A lot of people say, hey, how about if I can hire you? Oh, and there you go, you are in
Yeah.
business all of a sudden, right? So what would be the in your opinion, the 5 steps that have helped you to lead your company to achieve the $1 million in sales, right?
Yeah.
As a
Yeah.
combined
Okay.
your lifetime, right? What would be
Yeah.
the 5 steps that you think that they are key in your success as an entrepreneur?
Very easy. The first thing is you have to identify what your core value proposition is. So
Mhm.
you have to say, I'm good at this, and people will pay me for it. Because you may have a passion in painting, but if you're a terrible artist, nobody will buy your paintings. So one, identify your core value proposition. The second thing is you have to optimize your go-to-market strategy. So you have to say, now that I have this product, how am I going to get it in front of different people? Because if you can't get it in front of people, if you have the best product in the world, nobody can buy it. The
Yeah.
third thing is you need to be flexible. And the reason why is where you start might not be where you end up. So for us at Buried in Work, we started helping individuals. But what we realized was that companies were also very interested and where a
Wow, their
one-to-one
employees,
sales.
right?
Yeah. So
Wow.
HR benefits, lawyers, accountants, tax preparation, they want our product to help their customers. So you have
Wow.
to be flexible because where you think you may have customers, they may be there, but there might be different customers out there. So then the fourth thing, the next thing is you have to focus on really building relationships with those customers. It's not transactional. It's not you sell something and it's done. You have to follow up, build those customers because turning them into advocates for you, it's the best sales force you can possibly have. And then the last thing, the fifth thing, is you have to scale and optimize. So as you grow, you're going to experience different problems and you have to be flexible and responsive and innovative. And if you don't know how to automate processes, if you don't know what you can do to improve your business model, you have to go out and talk with other people that can help you because you cannot do it on your own. So those are my tips to how we've grown Buried in Work, of how I've learned in the past, and hopefully that can help some other people as well.
Any message that you have, Adam, for the entrepreneurs out there? Someone that they are stuck in and they want to start their own business.
Yeah. First thing is start. It's a hard journey. Start, ask for help, but be mindful that your number one most valuable asset is not money, it's not product, it's time. So use your time very efficiently. Be mindful of the time that you ask of other people as well, but ask for help because you'll have other perspectives that are going to significantly impact how you approach your business.
And then, can you please share with us if someone is already listening this podcast and want to know about how to about and want to have access to the information package? I think that you share with us that one is actually global. Everybody
Yeah.
in any country can use because it's just like the introduction package. Yeah. So when people can have this package, which website?
Come to our website. It's Buried in Work. So you can find it online, buriedinwork.com.
And then in that website they can find this introduction package that actually can be useful for anybody all over the world, right?
So much information from checklists to guides to the estate preparation package to games to guides of how to plan a funeral if you're Jewish or Christian or non-secular, even LGBTQ. We've got resources that have been informed by service professionals that are attorneys and veterinarians and certified financial planners and hospice and palliative care nurses. We've got a lot of information. So come to the website, buriedinwork.com, If you need help with something, just shoot us an email or let us know via our contact form. And who knows, maybe we'll even create content just for you.
And what have been the biggest challenge for you building this business?
Oh gosh, how much time do you have, Harry?
Just the biggest one.
Scaling the company has been very interesting. We went from being very small to very
Wow.
big very, very quickly. And we want to make sure that we help a lot of people do a lot of different things. And like I said earlier, you're unique just like everybody else. Everybody's circumstances are different. And we want to create resources that can help as many people as possible.
Very
scaling
difficult to
can help all
scale,
those
yeah?
people. Yeah, it's good. It's
I
important.
remember when I have our first company, the first thing that was really messy, and we were thinking to scale. And I'm thinking, wow, this one, if I had this mess and it's small and I scale, what I'm going to scale is a huge mess. So let me organize this a little bit more. So
Exactly
I think scaling is tough. You have to be very organized, and everything had to be taken into consideration, because a wrong move can make you work 10 times harder and make the same money, which it happened to us also in the scaling process. So yeah, it's difficult. I think so. What in terms of scaling, what do you recommend to people?
That is really a one-to-one conversation, but I think that you should utilize technology. If you do something over and over and over and over and over, see if there's a way to automate it. But scaling means so many different things to so many different people. Just think of it this way. If you're doing a process that is repetitive in nature, figure out how you can make that process simpler, faster, easier, and cost less money.
That's fantastic. And on that note, Adam, we're gonna conclude this podcast. I want to thank you so much, for sharing this valuable information with our audience, and you guys listening this podcast. See you in our next edition. So where we are interviewing audacious entrepreneur when they break through and overcome challenges and achieve the first million in sales. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.